Stephen King's Firestarter. Firestarter. Will she have the power to survive?
What's going on, all you wild pyros? It's Logan Myerz back here for Cinephellas.com doing more 31 Days of Horror. Tonight I'm going to be tackling another Stephen King adaptation, and I'm talking about the film from 1984 starring Drew Barrymore and David Keith.
Firestarter.
Set up in the film, we have David Keith and his young daughter Drew Barrymore. They play Andrew and Charlie. They're part of this government experiment where Andrew gains telepathic abilities and young Charlie gains pyrokinesis ability to start fires, hence the Firestarter. So they're on the run from this government agency called the Shop. The Shop is trying to track them down and find them and try to get these abilities. And essentially they're like mutants. And it reminded me much of X-Men before X-Men came to the big screen. It was like a young Jean Grey. This movie's like The Fugitive meets the X-Men with these mutant powers, and they're on the run from this government agency throughout the film. And it sets up a lot of great sequences where you get to see young Drew Barrymore show her acting chops as a young child. This is back in the day when she was in the movie like E.T., super young, but she really sells this performance as Charlie. And really trying to survive and protect her father at the same time against anybody that comes in their way in this agency that's trying to capture them, probably do more experiments, eventually kill them, and try to use these powers in all the wrong ways, and much like a weapon. Kind of a cool premise. I like the overall setup. The feel of the movie is very good too. It's shot very well. George C. Scott's working with Martin Sheen's character, Captain Hollister. They're up to no good. They're all behind the government agency doing this, experiments and doing really bad things to good people. And they're definitely the villains in the film. But John's character is like trying to sweet talk the young Charlie while she's held captive and trying to become friends with her. And he really has all the worst intentions, and it's not going to be good, which sets up into the third and final act of the movie, which is absolutely bonkers. Really, really well done in terms of effects. A lot of explosions. Obviously, Charlie showing all of her powers with starting fires and really throwing fireballs at people and people exploding and cars exploding. You can tell a lot of the budget of this movie went to the final act of the film where things get really crazy and Charlie gets really pissed off and just starts killing all these government agents that are part of the Shop, and it's definitely the best part of the movie. It really builds up to a great climax and great ending of the movie. And I would have to say, watching this movie the first time in many years, over 20 years, it really holds up over time. A 1984 film. It's a simple premise of people getting tested on by the government. They gain these powers, and then, the government agency really wanted to conduct more testing and do bad things to these people and use these powers to their advantage. So it's a really great and simple setup and story, but it's just a really well done movie. The novel's really excellent too by Stephen King. We have that in our house upstairs. But overall, in terms of directing, this is really well done. Really great from start to finish. Really great ensemble, really great cast, really great young Drew Barrymore. She is excellent as Charlie, this little girl, this little mutant, I guess, that starts fires and she protects her dad. Her and David Keith have really great chemistry as father and daughter. I thought they really sold these performances, what they're going through. And I love how David Keith, kind of does the whole mind control thing with his touching his forehead and his nose starts bleeding, and he really sells his performance as the father, and I thought they were really great. And I love the ending of the third act of the movie having to do in the stable with horses and them taking on George C. Scott and Martin Sheen's characters. Really well done, really great ending. And one of the better Stephen King books adapted in the big screen. And it's a movie I highly recommend. So I'm giving Mark L. Lester's Firestarter from 1984 a 4 out of 5 Firestarter hair pieces. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this film from 1984. What did you like about Firestarter? What didn't you like about it? What did you guys think of that awesome third act of the movie? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myerz signing out with the Firestarter, the twisted Firestarter. Until the next horror movie review for 31 Days of Horror. Cheese!